This is just information I want to pass out to those of you who have been patronizing my ebooks on pig farming. The goal of everything on this channel, from the videos to the books I write, is purposely to ensure that you don't find yourself in a very tight situation where you don't get solution to problems on your farm. That is why anytime I have a problem on my farm and I'm able to overcome it, I make sure I document it down, the steps I took to ensure that I can share with you. I know pig farming, there's a lot of cost in pig farming, from feed to medicines you have to buy to even care and other things. There's a whole lot of cost. Yes, but one thing is I can't be answering the same question over and over again. That is why I've documented everything down in books to share with you. So with the earlier ones, what happened is that I took my time to go through most of the things I wrote, and I realized that some of them are just like advanced more than what we are practicing currently in our country and also in Africa. Most of the things I included in those books are more advanced than what we need. So that's why I've now updated the book. With this update, you will not get anything theory. It is just based on what is happening or what has ever happened to me on the farm in this my 4 years of pig farming. So it is solely what I encountered and how I was able to overcome them, and the practices I have stuck to till date that I have just shared in the book. It's not going to be any theory. Anything you find in the book is purely practical. You can just go and implement it. If you go back to the site, you're not going to see most of the books because I've taken them down and I've compressed them all into this all-in-one pig farming guide. You understand it? So that everything will be very simple and straightforward for you. Pig farming is not about grammar, it's about practicalities and what is on the ground. So that is why I've just updated the book. So that if you go there, it's just going to be something very practical, real life challenges and struggles I went through in terms of the feed formulation, breeding, the dealing with biosecurity, and also the pen construction, everything. I included everything you need to know about this, and also included more a little bit of things that I do not say on this channel. I mean the room arrangement. You need to arrange your room in such a way that you avoid stress. Okay, for the entrance, you can locate your new pigs or new arrivals or even the sick pigs close to the entrance or the quarantine area. That's what you call it. You locate it there, and then from there maybe you have your board here, and you have your dry cells here. I mean, that's the room arrangement is supposed to be. Dry cells, the pregnant ones, the lactating ones, and then followed by winners, what piglets that you have just separated from the sow, and then they move to the growing phase. And at the finishing stage, you find your pigs at the exit of your farm. That is, if you have two gates, entrance and then the exit. So at the exit side, you have the finishing position there. So once they are from that part, you know that when they just pass through that channel, they go off the farm. So that is also what I've included in the book, the updated one you are supposed to get now. So for those of you who have already gotten the old one, I'm sure you can see that most of the things you don't really need them. That is why I took my time to compress everything, the practical ones, from IMO solutions, how to prepare some at home using just brown sugar and also rice. And also the health aspect of it, the medications you need, I've included them all in this newly updated book. And also about the feeding. For the feeding, I know it is a major problem. And with this feeding aspect, there has been a particular formula that I've tried 3 times on 3 consecutive times, and it is working perfectly. Like, I've got consistent results for the pigs. So I decided to just use that formula. It's the standard one. So henceforth, anytime you ask me about feed formulation and you want me to send you a guide, that is what you get. Aside that, if you have maybe other ingredients on your farm, aside what is in the book, you can list them. I also help you out. But what I've included in this book, I experimented it 3 times and it works for my pigs. You should get at least 80 kilograms of live weight in your pigs after 7 months maximum. Understand it? This formula should work with you, provided you are able to calculate the right amount of each ingredient based on the percentages given. So that's what you get in this book. I've just included everything about also waste management. And I went a little further about how you can construct deep litter system and also use the IMO to ensure that you avoid frequent cleaning. You know, if you have the cemented floor, you have to be cleaned at least once a day. So I've also included the deep litter system, how you can do it yourself. You don't need any guidance. Go through the book, read and follow the steps. You'll be able to construct yourself a nice deep litter system where you can now transfer your pigs into. And then you can also prepare your own IMO solution. So if you're going to buy, just buy a cup of rice and get brown sugar, you can prepare it. There are steps are listed, 11 steps actually. You can do it on your own. And also, I've also included the marketing aspect of it, the tips, and also the strategies I've been using to sell my picks. Selling picks is one of the most difficult things we encounter. When you have a number of them above your capacity, you struggle a lot to get the buyers. And that is why if care is not taken, you end up gifting your animals to the people. Just start selling one a week, and then you increase from there. You will see that in no time, you are able to sell at least 6 in a week. And I've also included some tips on how to reduce your cost. There are some things you will take for granted, but once you follow them and then you do as it is said in the book, you see that your cost will be brought down drastically. And also, I've also included ways to also increase your earnings. You could see that in some stage, if you are selling live pig, you could be making about a 15% margin. But if you try to go into other ways, you make like 43% margin. I've included this, and it is purely practical. Everything happened from 2020 till date. Everything is included in the book to ensure that you don't find yourself wanting when the time comes. And also, I've also included about some disease and health issues of pig farming, in pig farming, such that you can easily detect this kind of disease in your pig, the kind of by medication to give, whether antivirals or by antibiotics. You're supposed to know all this. And also, there are some feed ingredients that if you're giving to your animals, you need to treat them first. I listed about 6 of them. So you have to also know that before you feed this kind of ingredients, you have to go about this treatment. Do this to reduce some amount of anti-growth hormones and components in the feed before you feed to your pigs. If you're not careful, you can be feeding soybean to your pig, but your pig will not be growing because you didn't find way to process and then to break down those anti-growth components in it. So I've also included ways how to heat, how to boil, how to even fry some of them to ensure that you break all those things loose so that your pig will be able to grow for you when they get the feed. So that is what I just want you to know, that if you go to the site, you might not see many of the books, but you will see all of them in this all-in-one guide, and it's just about a 43-page long, so you can just browse through it. Within an hour, you should have everything you need to know in my 4 years at your fingertips. The link is in the description. You just tap on it, you go there. But mind you, it's not free. You have to pay for it. But don't be worried, it's at a discount for now. So you can just go there, be among the few people to get it now. For those who got it the earlier one, please, this is an updated one. You can just go there, get it at a reduced price.